Hey guys, what's going on? This is Dr. San, and this is the first inaugural. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe I'm saying this. The first episode of Let's Learn Love, the podcast in 2024. And I have a guest today, which I am so super excited about. I have Monsta Luther King here with me today. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Which camera I'm looking at?
All of them.
All of them?
But, I appreciate you coming on with me today.
Appreciate you for having me.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about you.
What you want to know?
Everything. What we need to know about you.
I'm like a man of many mysteries, really, There's a lot to know, and then there's so much that I don't derive.
Okay.
So you'd have to really touch on the topic to know.
Okay, so let's start off on how these people know you by Monsta Luther King.
Monsta Luther King started, I guess, one of my big partners gave me the name Monster a while back from a different side of stuff. The Luther King was added into that once that different side of stuff started giving me a whole bunch of, can we curse on this show?
Of course.
Oh, okay, yeah. Once that different side of stuff started giving me a whole bunch of shit, so I had to go and sit down and refocus. So I went and started, trying to educate myself on a lot of things. So I started picking up a lot of degrees and stuff along the way. So
Okay.
I added the Luther King, for the information and the passing the knowledge to the monsters as for the animal side of stuff.
Okay, all right. And what made you change that side of you? Because you said you got into a whole lot of stuff, but that was Monster was first, and then you added Luther King. So how did you add that into it?
I guess I'd say I had an epiphany. I was facing a lot of time, and I was looking at a lot of stuff that I hadn't achieved in life, and a lot of stuff that I wanted to achieve and hadn't got done yet. And if I'd have got sentenced with all that time that I was facing, I wouldn't be able to get none of that stuff done. So in the course of me sitting down waiting for trial and stuff like that, I started, reading and educating myself, Plus I was messing with the music because the music was like an outlet to help me like pass, time and get my emotions off onto, on paper or in the booth or whatever. So,
Okay. All right. So how long you been in the music business and entertainment?
Forever. I've been in the music business a long time, like behind the scenes, and then I started a label in like 2013.
Okay.
So I've been on the executive side for about 10 years.
And what label is that?
Low breed, last of a dying breed.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. So back in 2013, when you started your label, how did you come about with dealing with, life issues, starting a label, trying to be everything that you was doing?
I think we just deal with stuff day to day, one day at a time, So I was just really putting things like in folders, knowing what was more important at that point in time. Like maybe the education side might have needed a little more attention than the music side. So I was focusing, more so on that. And then maybe the music needed a little more. So it's just like in categories, really. Take it one day at a time.
Okay. So what else about you should we know? What's you have any kids? Or excuse me, I should say children, because the last time I say kids to somebody, they cuss me out. So.
Yeah, I'm a father.
Okay. Yeah. And how's that relationship, being a father?
I'm told I'm a great father. I feel like we all are able to, do a little bit better. But I'm told I'm a great dad.
Okay, good. So when you're, this show is all about, love and sex and relationships. So, that's my thing. I like picking down the love parts of everybody of their life. So we talked about your love of music. We talked about your love of knowledge and, your love of your children. So what about, your love of life? How does that fit into you and what you're doing?
I think the love of life is the most important aspect of all those things because, like, if you don't have love for life, you don't have a desire to do other things. Okay. So learning information for eternity, that's why I like to call it life.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay. All right. So I know some people, again, I'm messy like that. Nah, I'm just But are you in a relationship? Are you looking for a relationship? How does that work with everything that you have going on?
I'm out here in this world. You hear me? I'm in the world.
I'm in the world.
I'm living in the world.
Okay, so when you're living in the world, what type of person attracts you?
My special person. I got me a special person.
Okay.
They balance me out.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. All right. So with that balancing out, that relationship, does it give you balance on a thing of just, life in general? Is it giving you a balance of life, a balance in music? What that person, how do they balance you in the ways of your life?
I think when we say balance, is in every aspect. So like, you can't really have a good relationship with music if you're not having a good relationship in life as a whole. You can't have a really good relationship in life as a whole if you're not where you potentially want to be in your situation. So the balance, you know what I'm saying? I think it comes equal in everything.
Okay. So when you're talking about, we'll just talk about friendships, and we won't even talk about relationship right now. But in a friendship, say I want to be your friend. What qualifications do I need to be your friend?
It's really about the conversation, the intellect. They say I'm more of a sapiosexual because sometimes the person can be, flawless on the exterior, but the inside so fucked up that you just wasted, a whole chapter. You know what I'm saying? Trying to break the outer core to get to that inner, and you really not interested with that inner. So to fuck with me, like, your brain got to be right, because I consider myself an animal, and I went and I found all this information. So to like catch my attention, you're gonna need to have a little information as well. Yeah.
Okay. So when you're looking for a person and you see a quality that you don't like, how do you deal with that?
They aspire. That's done deal. Like, because I found out you can try to feed life into a person. Like, say for instance, like you see something like a shortcoming maybe to your view, and like, hey, you could try to do better with that. The person may not feel like that. They may feel like they don't have a problem in that area. So it's like you really like punching a dead horse. So it's a waste. So when I see something that's just not to my liking, I get out the way. That's versus me trying to go back and forth, push and pull. Yeah.
Okay. So what are some keys for you that you can give out to somebody that is, trying to balance their life, trying to have great friendships, and, be the great dad, like you? How would you phrase that for somebody that needs inspiration, looking for some knowledge, looking as a way to do something, especially, this is the new year and we trying to do new shit?
You said, how would I?
Yeah, if somebody came up to you and was like, man, how do you do it all? What is your game plan? What is what you do? How do you do what you do?
That's like your own journey, really. What I eat won't make the next person shit.
That's true.
So
but, you can give out some tips, where to start, how to start, You
got to start with self, You got to want to be a better person, really, before you can even start a journey of being a better person. You got to search yourself and say, oh, these are my shortcomings, or these are some things I can work on. A lot of people don't feel like they got shit that they need to work on. You can't tell a lot of people they fucked up in certain areas because they feel like they flawless. So you got to, want to start working on self in order to receive the information.
Okay. So once you do that, once you start that journey with self, what's the next step you would do?
I mean, you speak it, then you do it. So starting the journey with self, you find out everything that's going on inside self, and you start working on those things little by little by little, I mean, that's what I do. I mean, but to each his own, really.
Okay. So when we talk about, like I said, going back to relationships and everything that you do, what are some keys that you have to, help the situation, be cohesive?
What you mean,
Like,
break it down for me a little bit more at what you're asking.
like for your relationship, if somebody is having a relationship and like you're in the music, you're a father, so you're doing fatherhood, you're doing regular life stuff, how do you balance it all when you're in a relationship? Because a person could feel like they're not getting enough time or enough.
I think that bring it back to. I think that bring it back to when you say like the person, your special person, that's gonna bring balance to what you're doing. Mm-hmm. Like if you have that person that's gonna bring balance, then they're gonna understand, the key roles and everything, and they're gonna assist you in playing them key roles. Mm-hmm. So it won't be you giving too much time to that and not enough to me, because your time and their time almost like simultaneously working the same way.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you think that you find it harder being out of a relationship and trying to balance it all than being in a relationship and balancing it all?
Oh, that can go both ways, because like a lot of times you don't need to be looking for a relationship if you're not straight and content in self. If you don't have your shit together, you can't help nobody else grow and build. And then a lot of times some people need other people to help them grow and build and find the situation that they want to be in.
Right.
So it works both ways, really,
Right. And, that was the point that I was hoping that you would bring out. Even though people are different, some people need, stability as far as another person that has their back and, is giving them advice and,
But where does that go? Like, know what I'm saying? When you say like the stability, a lot of people misconstrue stability with using. Like this person may need this person because they see how financially stable he is, and they trying to get to a certain level, so they don't really respect him for the love. They respect him for the financial stability. You know what I'm saying? For the safety net. So you can't really grow in love with that if you just looking for comfort in the comfort zone of, hey, I need you to make sure all this done so I can build on me and not build on we.
Yeah. And that's a good point. And since you brought up that point, how do you, in the entertainment business, shuffle all that out? Just like cards, this person goes in this pile, this person goes in that pile. What do you do to kind of, make sure that that's a thing that you shuffle out? Is it the energy? Is it the time that they put into you and what you need? I mean, I know that you were saying that it all starts with you, but occasionally, when it's you and you're around other people, what are the things and the keys that you look for on starting a friendship, or you're trying to see if somebody's just using you for what you have or what you're doing, or are they genuine? What are the things that you do with that?
I don't go out looking for it, truthfully. Like, I feel like what's for you is for you. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody fits inside your store, you'll know it. You'll see the fit. If you're going looking for certain things, then usually the wolf will be able to fool you with the sheep clothing on. So I don't go out looking for, like, oh, I wonder, maybe that's the one. Or, oh, look at that. A lot of times these people out here, it's a facade anyway. You know what I'm saying? Man dressed like woman dressed like man. You don't know what you're getting when you dig your hand in the pot. So, you just stay focused on what's like your divine purpose. When you start searching inner self and trying to be a better you, everything else will manifest. Okay. That's how I feel. I don't know about the world. I don't be out trying to, hey.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, I get that. But, sometimes we need to hear other people's perspectives. And that's,
True.
one thing that I hope that this podcast does is, give other people's perspectives on life, love, and relationships. So, that's one thing that I have always been into, and people came to me and spoke to me when I was little, well, she don't like me. And, so I knew that this was my passion, and I fought it for many years. But, now that I'm coming back to it, I really love to hear people's stories
Right.
and how they come about their ideas on things. So,
True.
When it comes to just regular relationships, and I'm talking about, romantic relationships, how is it the part of you that is like, okay, well, I decide that I want to rock with this person? What are some of the checkpoints that you have besides, the loyalty and, how the thought process and then the thinking and stuff like that? What other things draw you to, I want to rock with this person?
Dead ass. No, I'm just popping.
Hey.
I'm just popping. You know what I'm saying? I know this show. I was just gonna act up.
That's all right.
Nah. I mean, it's just the vibrations. Really, like I'm on 432 megahertz all the time. So it's just the vibrations. If the vibration is that, you'll feel the chill bumps and the hair stand ups. If you really be in tune with self, so you'll feel it. I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And talking about that, how do you get your vibrations? How did you learn about yourself and your vibrations?
I took a whole bunch of losses to start getting my gains, like doing a bunch of dumb shit and, crashing out a lot of times. I was a hard-headed young kid, so I learned a lot of shit early. Mm-hmm. So I know that wasn't the road a lot of times. And then once you start Xing out and singling out, those ain't the roads to go. There's only really one road, to the path of what you're trying to do with divine self. So I was knowing them roads on that road and started getting a little bit closer to that road. So I just been on that road.
Okay. All right. So when you found out more about yourself and about the people that you want to be around and deal with, do you feel like that it's a easier thing for you to weed people out now, or does it kind of discourage you? Because, when you have a certain level of, like you said, energy inside of you and it doesn't mesh with somebody else, sometimes you can get disappointed. You be like, damn, I thought that person was different, or, I thought they were better than that, or, something of that sort. So when it comes to, disappointments, how do you handle that?
I don't feel disappointed a lot of times. I look at them like blessings and lessons. Like I'd be like, oh, I'm glad I missed that ball. Oh, I'm glad I missed that crash. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, you're gonna miss it. I mean, what's gonna be for you, you can't miss it. Like you said, you avoided doing this talk show stuff for a minute, and you ultimately came back around to it because it's for you. So it's the same thing with people, the same thing with goals, same thing. It's all the same.
Okay.
So if it's for you, you're going to get it. It ain't going to be no way that you can just be like, oh, man, I missed it. Nah.
Okay. So tell people how they can get in touch with you and find out how Monsta...
Everything Monsta Luther King, MonstaLutherKing. At everything. Google me.
Okay.
Or you go to lowbreed.com.
Okay. Anything new coming up?
We're working on so much stuff. You're just going to have to, like you said, pull it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being on my first episode.
And I appreciate you for having me.
And it was a great interview, and I hope you will come back.
Yeah, next time we're going to get nasty.
Okay.
Gritty and the intimacy and stuff.
Okay.
Learn to love.
Okay. Well, as you heard, next time we have them on, we're going to get a little bit deeper. But I thank you so much for being on my first episode. I appreciate you greatly. And if you want to find out anything about Let's Learn Love, of course, you can go to letslearnlove.com. I am Dr. Cassandra Parks Evans, affectionately known as Dr. San. So you can find me on all social media as Dr. San or Dr. Cassandra Parks Evans. And until then, let's learn
love.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.